Yo, what's up? Yo, a while back I made a video about how white men would risk their life for some black pussy. And what I meant by that is, like, mind you, like, before you see black people like me, even me, brown skin, we was black, jet black, blue black, triple state black. And Europeans thought we were savages and eating each other, and cannibalism and shit like that. But they never stopped them from wanting to fuck black women. They never stopped them from wanting to sleep with a black woman. And the funny thing is, like, technically it wasn't even women. It's what we would call little girls. They was 12, 13, 11, 15. And, that never stopped them from wanting to fuck them. So they did during slavery. And then during slavery, like I said, they could get all the black pussy they wanted. All of it. It was at their disposal. But then after slavery, when you have black people forming their own neighborhoods, and even today, you got like so-called black neighborhoods, you got white neighborhoods. It's separated by race, class, and cash. and even today, like even in the black hoods today, white men, especially like in the 60s and the 70s, white men would risk their life for some black pussy. And they would go through the worst neighborhoods in America to find a black woman. And I even make fun about, like, when black women wear European dresses, the dress is always high in the back and low in the front, because black women got big asses. You can't deny that. Most of them, not all of them. So when they wear them dresses that are made for white women, the dress be high in the back and low in the front. But the way they would do this, the way the white men would get black pussy is, they would go through the preacher. This was before pimping. And they would go to the preacher, because all the black women was in the church, pretty much the way they're in the church today. And when the white dude wanted some pussy, he would go see the pastor, because the pastor had the women on lock mentally. And he would like, hey, I want to see Sister So-and-so, send her around my way. And the pastor would send Sister So-and-so around his way. And then give Sister So-and-so some money. And Sister So-and-so would give it back to the pastor. And the pastor would give it to the Lord. And that's how pimping pretty much started. But if they couldn't find a pimp, if they didn't have a middleman, they would go through the worst neighborhoods in America. I remember how it used to be on 42nd Street, flooded with pimps. And you really didn't see the pimps out there. The pimps usually stayed in the cut. They usually stayed in their little hotel rooms and shit like that, playing cards and, smoking weed and sniffing dope and shit like that. But the hookers was out getting the money. And white men would get beat out of their money all the time. They would get, I forgot what they called them, they didn't call it Georgian, they called it, it was something like Jeffrey, or I forgot the name, what they would call it. But what they had is they would have black men dressed like women and put wigs and shit on and go hide in the dark. And they would send the white men to them saying that was the that was the prostitute that they was going to pay. But it wasn't. It was really a man. And when they came down there, after they exchanged money with whoever, with the so-called pimp, the fake hookers would take off running, and the white dude would be out of money, because he thought the woman was a prostitute, but it wasn't. It was really a man with a wig and shit on. And that's how they got beat. Like I said before, white men would risk their life for some black pussy. They would go through the worst neighborhoods in America. They would go through D.C. They would go to Georgia Avenue in D.C. They would come up to Harlem. They would go to Hunts Point in the Bronx to get them some black pussy and get beat out of their money. But that's what white men do. White men try to make it seem like black men can't. They always make it seem like black men have a problem sticking with one woman. White men do the same shit. Look at that guy, the fucking guy that was running for president. I forgot his name, but he was running for, and I don't want to mention his name, but I know who he is now. He was running for president, and his wife got sick, and he went and got another woman pregnant. White men cheat on their wife just as much as black men do. But what white men do is they don't get other women, they usually don't get other women pregnant. They usually go out and pay a hooker, fuck her and call it a day. But black men fuck up because they go out of the relationship and get other women pregnant, and that's where they fuck up, and they be having babies across town and shit like that, and you never find out until somebody die, and then you meet your stepbrothers and stepsisters that you never knew it existed until you go to the funeral and shit. So quiet as it's kept, white men cheat on their wife just like black men do. But they just don't go out and get up and make babies and shit all over the place. And sometimes they do. I mean, like, even in the hood till this day, I know excuse me, I know people that got white fathers that they never met before. And usually that's because their mother was turning a trick. And their mother got pregnant by a white dude thinking the white dude was going to marry her or some shit, and he wasn't. He was just selling that bitch some dreams or some shit. But yeah, like I said before, quiet as it's kept, white men used to risk their life for some pussy. They would go through the worst black ghettos in America looking for a black woman. My name is Blue, and I said it. Peace.